Hi there and welcome. This is Alex. I'd like to show you some different interactive touchscreen features that can be built into an interactive kiosk. And hopefully we can talk a little bit more and extrapolate some of these features so that they can apply specifically to your application. Many things I'll show here can be multi-purposed in different ways, not only for the industry that they are shown, but for many other industries as well. What you're looking at right now is often called the idle loop or a tractor loop. This is a screen that will come up when the screen has not been touched in a little while. It is really meant to draw people in and get them to interact with the screen. What you see above here is just a half-page slideshow of different images. This can be a full screen slideshow of images as well, or it could be a video that plays, or we can even have the display interact with itself by walking literally through each of the menus to give a preview of what's inside. Right here there's a large button that says Start Your Journey. An interactive menu appears with your different items you can click on. For this demo, each click of my mouse represents a touch on a screen. Let's look at the timeline first. Now this is a parallax timeline. It is a high-end way to show information in this type of a format because we have many different elements that are independent of each other, all tied to the movement of one object, which is the slider here. So when I move them, they all move in different proportions, which gives a feeling of depth, of different movement. It catches your eye. It's a highly attractive way to show information. And as I move the slider back and forth, you see that everything is literally tied exactly to every pixel that this slider moves. Each of the buttons are programmed to stop as soon as they get to a certain point. And then notice the logos in the back as well as the whole background, the timeline itself, and even the buttons, they all move simultaneously, but at different speeds. From here, buttons themselves can even be interacted with to show pop-up menus, right to full screen videos, or PDF type articles that have very hyper-realistic type page turning abilities, just like you would with a magazine. Now the nice thing is even something like this magazine type cover, as soon as a page is turned, we can set triggers to happen for different actions, such as playing a video, showing another animation, or having other information pop up as soon as pages are turned. Next, we're going to have a different explanation of how lists work within a touchscreen as well. Now, lists are an extremely powerful tool inside of an interactive screen. In this case, they're using this set of lists to recognize donors actually to a foundation. This is a sample list of almost 1,100 records here. And the nice thing is if you're looking specifically for a person, you can sort by last name, first name, year, manipulate the data in different ways with search functions by clicking the magnifying glass and having a full interactive keyboard appear. And even when you search for just a couple of letters, you will then see the search results show. In this case, 249 have ER somewhere in the name. We can also set different categories as well. And then as soon as you click on a name, if you found who you like, then you can see the pop-up of more information. And then again, there can be videos, PDFs, and other information that can pop up for each person's name as well. Now think about this way. This is used to show names of people, but in a list type format, this can be shown different ways to show products. It could even show different tenants of a building or a store. And after you click on a name or find who you want to find, it will then show you directions on how to get to a certain place. So this listing format and search format is a very powerful tool applicable to almost every type of touchscreen out there. Now here's another way to show different profiles of information. Again, also think of different products, tenants, or other things that actually have information that can be opened up about a specific item. Here we're looking again at more of a close-up view of some of those donors for this type of an application. And as you move the entire spiral, it's kind of a fun way to bring up a little preview of a profile. which then you can go ahead and touch on the full profile. And again, here you have different media types that you can show as well. In a different type format, you can also see a full, almost 3D carousel of different pieces of information as well. In these cases, these are donors. And this one also has a video that can pop up as well. What wouldn't be effective in a touchscreen without some fun? So there's some different fun things we can show you. This is one way to do an interactive quiz. We have full control of the screen, so we can basically build quizzes and anything on the screen with any kind of a layout, any kind of a graphic design, any styling needed. We thought this was nice to have a 3-panel view because after you answer, instead of just showing you the answer, someone can drag their fingers across and scratch off to see if they have an answer. Pull on the next question, the whole thing resets. Answer again, and then you get to scratch off the answer once again. Next, we'll show you a quick way for a fun type of puzzle as well. Here's a quick look at our puzzle now. Very simple. If you can drag and drop each of the items, you are slowly building the overall picture. And they tend to place themselves. Obviously, this is a very simple version of this. But once you're finished, we can set triggers to then show a video or then give them a congratulations. If this was a promo of some kind, then you could give them a QR code or a coupon code to something, thanking them for taking your quiz or actually taking doing your puzzle. Now, moving right along to a different style of a parallax menu I would like to show you. For this type of a case, we are showcasing students' media work, in this case, graphic design. You'll notice that we can program little subtle animations to catch your eye for certain pieces of button. Again, another movement type with that parallax where the shadow actually matches the movement of the button itself. Let's go ahead and click into a profile. And instead of showing a timeline on this, we have a slider, and it's also a full parallax movement, but we have full menus that will appear with different carousels of information, as well as web links for students to showcase their work. Now, the nice thing about this is this parallax is not meant for just timelines. You can actually see that we can bring up full menus using this type of delivery. People can drag and move carousels to see information. They can open up and then use pinching to get a real close-up look on people's artwork. But again, pretend like this, if this does not fit your application, this doesn't need to be student artwork. This could also be something, again, to showcase products. This could be a simple way to show different articles of information and showing a carousel of different press releases or things that you can then zoom in on and read very easily. Now, the last example I'd like to show you has a couple different features inside of it as well, and different renditions of features you've already seen. First off, we have the full screen idle loop here, which will appear after about a minute of inactivity on the screen. Touching anywhere on the screen brings you back to the home menu. In this case, for Mission and Points of Pride, we have that full carousel built right into one of the zones here. Everything that is swipeable is very easy to access. Here's a different rendition for how lists can be shown and sorted, as well as major profiles. And here's another rendition of a gallery that can be shown with multi-touch functions for pictures. Inside of this screen, we actually have an email from the display function. So if someone is interested to giving to this institution, they can email staff members right from here, or the email can be set to email the visitor themselves. We can also generate QR codes based on information as well, so that people can easily scan this TV screen and bring information with them on their mobile phones. Here's another type of quiz as well, quite a bit different. In this case, there's no scratch off, but users can go through a regular quiz and then it will give them something at the very end of it saying thank you. And then finally, calendars and other live information are obviously very important for screens as well. It allows staff members to not worry about updating any information on these screens because they're tied to, in this case, a Google Calendar. Students can touch on different events to see more information, see live weather, and we can also pull on different RSS feeds and other information from databases as well to make the screen easy to update and serve whatever need that you need it to. I hope we've been able to spark some interest with these different features here and look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.